There you go, Steve. Alright, today's 9/11. We all know what that day is. Yeah, I use the Raptor air filters. Definitely, I use the Raptor air filters. And I don't know. It seemed like it worked alright. Tesla's getting those HEPA air filters, though. But yeah, we all know what today is, guys. 9/11, so when I get everybody on here, I actually do want to do a moment of silence for 9/11, because that is a devastating day in our history. I will never forget that day. I remember it probably one of my most clear memories in my lifetime. And you know, there's really sometimes I get emotional just thinking about it, man. I mean, I don't know. I had no family in the Trade Center or anything like that, but doesn't mean I don't feel for, you know, the fatalities that occurred. You know, it was truly devastating day, and you know, you never want to see that ever, and you know, that's reality is, you know, these things can happen if you get bad enough people in the world. You know, we lost, I think it was 2,977 people that day, between people in the building, people on the plane, and first responders. I'm live. Going over. So, we'll do a moment of silence when we get everybody on. But I want you guys to, you know, just reflect on that day, man. That day, you know, it's obviously not a fun time to remember, but it's part of our history, and you know, you gotta, you know, definitely respect the first responders that were able to, you know, respond to that and to risk their lives. You know, it's just insane. You hear some of those stories. I mean, people jumping off the top of the buildings, realizing they're done. Some of the phone calls you hear, it's just truly devastating. And you know, to this day, I still am learning more and more about the event that occurred that day on 9/11. And that also, you know, it affected the markets too, man. It definitely affected the markets in the way, I think the airlines dropped big time. That's just the reality of, you know, any one moment at any one time, any one thing can happen no matter what. That's why trading is never, ever 100%. Sorry. You guys see me now? Okay, so we have SPAQ. Alright guys, good to have you on, good to have you in. Give me 1 sec, I'm just getting everything set up here. I'll go live on TikTok now. Alright, cool. We're live on TikTok. Alright, guys. What's going on, Diego? So good to have you on. Good to have you in. Today, basically, I want to go over those of you guys on YouTube and everybody else, you know, I didn't trade today because basically what happened with my E-Trade Pro account is they put me into a cash account or something like that, so I couldn't use margin, which means I couldn't day trade unlimitedly, and I found that out after getting out of NKLA, and so I couldn't really trade today. So traded very few names. I still have to call them to figure that out. They were explaining it to me on live chat, but for whatever reason, they said that I have to inject over $69,000 to get margin back. So I don't ever like adding to my account. I always generally like to start with my $1,000 and always use that initial investment and never steer away from it, because that basically means I can never lose my initial investment. But now, of course, I've pulled about about $2.3 to $2.4 million in trading profits, something like that. $2.5 million in trading profits, a little over that. So obviously I can't lose any more than, you know, $200,000 that's left in my trading account. So yeah, I kind of like sticking with that, because then it's not the gambler's mentality of adding to the account ever. But I feel like when you add to your account, you know, what I think that every trader should do is start with a small amount, grow the amount, and then continue to pull profits out of that amount, and never, ever, ever add to that amount. Even if you lose like 3/4 of your account, always grow your account back from your initial investment, and then once you get back to your goal of profit taking, then you can pull profits again. But if you get the idea of it's okay to add money to your account, then you know, to me that's kind of the gambler's mentality. You're not trusting in yourself. You're not. So I started with $1,000 Danny P's, and right now I'm at a comfortable state of day trading with $375,000. But over the past 2 days, I've lost about $180,000. And well, no, it's been about 113 because I actually lost lesser. 114 yesterday and 55, so 24, 34, 44, 54, 64. So about $170,000 in losses in the past 2 days. Definitely the worst in my career, or the past 3 years of my career. So I can handle that. On the flip side, though, in my inherited IRA, I've been killing it. What's going on, Mark? What's going on, Jackson? On the flip side of my inherited IRA, I've been killing it. So yeah, it sounds like a lot, but again, it's all relative. You know, in trading, you have to. That's funny, Diego. You know, in trading, you have to be able to understand these things are going to happen. Without bad days, without red days, without down days, you know, you truly can't learn from your mistakes. And trust me, you know, over the past couple days, it's been, you know, a rough couple days in trading. But, you know, coming and thinking of that, and thinking of like all the downs and all the reflection of that, and how I got myself into that position, and I lost it on JCPenney's, my $114,000 red day yesterday. I lost it on JCPenney's, and I lost it because, you know, I didn't realize the news said that valuation that they had on JCPenney's, which I believe it was like $800 million valuation they put, the people who were buying out JCPenney's, which at the time the market valuation was not going to the shareholders. It was basically to cover all the assets and things like that, and all the debt. So that's on me. That's my mistake. And I generally will not hold my losses to about 3 to 5%. But that was the flip side. Is the day before that I lost $55,000, so I was shooting for a home run, as I generally do, and I generally get out of that day, you know, with a big win. Jordan, you know, generally calls me the guy who loses a lot one day and doubles his account the next day. And generally, historically, that's exactly what I do. If you go back and look at all my videos and all my account challenges during the years, you can go back and see, you know, that I've taken these big red days, and generally my trend is that the next day I put on more size, I weigh out my risks, and I generally come out of that hole and then with a huge green day on top of that. And I had the opportunity on STSA, and my stock selection was poor. I chose JCPenney's over STSA. Those are my top two watches coming out of the gates yesterday. Chose JCPenney's, and I made a mistake. And I usually will make a mistake, 3 to 5% loss, and wipe it, and then flip over to my other stock, which was STSA. But I also made a mistake on STSA of realizing that the 330s was not the bottom after hours. Okay, 330s was not the bottom. It was 371, and it being at 371 like that, and seeing when it fell to VWAP there at 460s, that's enough room for me to scale myself in, because it's about 90 cents a share. My risk off level is 371. To me, that's the lowest it's going to go. It made that low. It oversold itself. It pushed down. The people who wanted to sell sold off that stock, and then to me, that's the rock solid dead bottom, because you get such a hard sell off. We're down over 80% at that point. And then after hours, you can get even farther just by basically overdoing itself. And then on top of that, the rubber band effect can be insane, which is exactly what happened on those gap down stocks, over 70 to 80%. STSA did that. Anything below like 60 to 70%, I always watch for a solid bounce. And STSA went from all market hours, not pre-market, it went from like 459 was a low, 460, to like 935, all in one day. Okay, and now it's back to like 460, 470. But I could have caught that move, and there was tons of liquidity, tons of volume, and that exactly would have been my probably $100,000 to $150,000 trade. Locked it up, and easily have wiped my losses from the day before. Thank you, LOLs. I appreciate that. I don't know what that means on TikTok when they do that. But again, I'm telling you guys this because I want you to learn from me. I want you to learn from my mistakes, because I don't want you guys to end up going down this road of exactly what I'm explaining in my head and what is going on during that time, which was, trying to make up for my losses. Usually, this is the first time that in my career where I've done 2 back-to-back hard red days like that. And can I sit back and say, it's all sunshine and rainbows? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get myself in that situation. There's been a lot of you guys saying, am I doing okay? Am I all right? Yes, I am doing just fine. Relative to my trading account, relative to what I've done in my career, I know my risk. I know that I knew potentially I could lose $100,000 on that trade. I knew what I was getting myself into. And I accepted that, because I thought that trade could have panned me out. I think, being in at 52 cents, I was potentially thinking we could get a break above $1, honestly. At a certain point in time, I was like, here we go. This could be a home run trade, and maybe I make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 if I home run it, right? So in reality, I'm thinking 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1 with a 70% chance of a payout here, which it did pay me out in the beginning, but then it came right back down because I nailed my initial entry at like 55 cents, bounced to 62. I was up 12 or 13 grand, came on all the way back down, and retested those lows and continued to fall through them. And I was at that point like, what the hell's going on? And then, on the flip side, I'm giving you guys exactly what I'm thinking, right? I know that a lot of you guys can't relate to the P&L, but I want you guys to think about my process and my plan and what I was thinking during the trade, not just like how much money I could lose or make. I don't want you guys to look at my P&L. I want you to look at the percentages, my plan, my process, and my strategy, and what I'm thinking during these times, and take that and hopefully use it to your advantage in your career later on. But that's trading. And then today, I basically got screwed out of being able to trade today because E-Trade Pro locked me up because I think I overused their leverage or margin. I don't know. In order to day trade, you have to be on margin, right? You have to be able to use margin because technically you're not using your own cash. If you're rotating shares, you're flipping shares nonstop, you're rotating time and time again. So let's say you're taking, I have a $375,000 account, but I'm rotating those shares over and over and over again. And technically I'm using probably $3 million in cash all in one day. But in order to do that, you have to be on margin. You have to be basically, E-Trade Pro lets you use that margin over and over and over again. For whatever reason, they gave me some explanation on live chat, but I wanted them to call me. They never got back to me, and I've been dealing with this air purifier thing all day, guys. The air quality out here is literally terrible. Let's see what it's at now. I think it's over 400 AQI. Literally, gosh, awful out here. Let's see. Okay, we came down a little bit. 344. An hour ago, we were at 396. It's terrible quality out here, guys. Literally terrible. But yeah, so that was my process there. E-Trade Pro didn't let me trade. I traded a couple stocks, but I could only trade the amount that I had in cash, which was about $200,000. That was that on that account. And then really, I wanted to go over yesterday again because it was a monumental day. That was my biggest loss in my career, and this is by far the biggest 2 red days I've ever had in my career. $55,000 on Wednesday and $114,000 on Thursday. You know, and this happens again. You know, you have to be able to handle these type of losses from time to time. You know, again, emotional and psychological capabilities in trading are so underrated, okay? I'm sure all you guys can talk to me about stocks. Most of you guys can talk to me about stocks like you know what you're doing, right? I even have people in the video series guy room and also just, you know, friends that trade and all that. You know, you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk kind of mentality. And sure, a lot of you guys might be able to talk the talk, but you know why you can't walk the walk? In my belief, I think a lot of it has to do with the emotional and psychological side. When your P&L's in the red, then you're coming up to the green, and then you buy you're getting FOMO, you're buying some green candles, and then you're selling the dip because you can't handle that, and then it rips through the highs and you get FOMO again, and you're like, what the heck, I missed out, so now I got to get in again, and then you sell it on the dip again because you don't want to handle that risk coming down. And you're like, okay, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 down, I got to sell, and then it rips right back through highs, and while that's happening, your mind is literally going insane to yourself. You're like, I just chased it. Now I just stopped out because I don't want to take that much of a loss. Keep going down. Then it rips through highs and over and over and over and over again. Pretty soon, you start buying the green candles, and then you're like, okay, it's ripped through highs every single time. I'm going to hang on no matter what. That one time you hang on no matter what, you lose 60, 70, 80%. And on top of that, when you're not using a small amount that you can blow up 5, 10, 15 times and still feel comfortable financially, then you can wipe yourself out so often, right? And another big reason why I think 90% of traders fail is because people take too much money to start off and hope to just make a lot of money right away. It took me about a year full-time studying to get anywhere profitable in trading. One of the smartest people, it is the smartest person that I know in the trading industry that started with what I'm doing, by far is the smartest person, I think. It took them about 6 months full-time of studying before they were profitable. 6 months. That's the fastest I've ever seen it in my career. And I've studied hundreds of what I call professional traders, great traders out there, okay? This is a marathon, not a sprint, guys. The emotional and psychological side is one of the hardest parts of trading to learn from, right? Because I don't care if you know what 13 Gs, 13 Ds, you know what VWAP, the Ichimoku cloud, you know what stocks have great earnings and what doesn't have great earnings. I don't give a shit about any of that. No, stocks don't care about that. Is it going to go up? I apologize, my French. Is it going to go up? And what strategies do you have to build yourself into a position where you can actually project this to happen, right? If you can't handle this kind of stuff, then you're simply not going to be able to trade. I don't care how much time you study and how many stocks you know about Apple, Google, Amazon. You know all the insights, all the outsides about the companies, the drones, the Target's got all this stuff going on, right? The stock does not care about that. Can you buy it here and can you sell it here? That's all you're trying to do, okay? Literally. All that other BS can wipe out the window. You know, a lot of people are like, well, what's the valuation and what's this and what's that? And sure, you can use that in your strategy and your process and your plan. I'm not saying you can't use that. I'm saying a lot of people out there spend too much time trying to learn all these crazy things about the stock. You know, the 13 Gs, the 13 Ds. I'm going to be completely real. There's a reason why in my course I don't really teach about filings with stocks because I don't even use them, really. I mean, I do from occasion, but very rarely, okay? My course goes over the mental game big time. My course goes over basically all the strategies and plans that I've used. It's all in there. That's as simple as that. But I don't go over, valuations of company, PEs. I use PEs in my long-term investment accounts. I'm not saying I don't, but what I'm saying is I don't really use that in my strategies when it comes to my challenges accounts. And I'm saying that, when it comes to finding your own niche and your own plan, I don't care if 1,000 people, 100,000 people buy my video series course. I guarantee you no one will trade exactly like me. But my point is, by you studying what I do, by you studying the knowledge that I have, I'm hoping that it speeds your learning curve up. It's a faster learning curve, number one. And number two, I'm hoping that it steers you away from all the mistakes that I made early on in my career and creates a faster learning curve, and you can learn from me and all my mistakes and all my I go over my biggest loss, which is no longer that anymore, but I go over the biggest loss in my career during that time in that video because I want you guys to know it's important to look your biggest losses in the eyes and say, you know what, I messed up, I screwed up, I did that, I shouldn't have done that, but I did it, right? And it's reality that it happened, and I've already gone back 5-10 times already looking at JCP trade, my JCP&Q trade, and been like, what the hell were you thinking? STSA was by far the better trade. Well, it wasn't by far. I just didn't do my DD. I didn't realize that the 800 million wasn't going to in valuation to the shareholders. It was more to the assets and the liabilities or the debt, right? Sorry. So, and no one's ever completely right. I'm never 100% right. Warren Buffett is never 100% right. No one's ever 100% right. But the thing is, I can learn from Jeff Bezos. I can learn from Elon Musk. I can learn from, Bill Gates, and take all of what they've done and try and use that to my advantage and use that to better myself every day in my career. And truthfully, I do that. I learn from everyone. I've learned from little less than 100 probably really solid traders throughout my career, and I've bought multiple courses, and I have multiple courses. I have multiple chat rooms to help me spot things. I think that I only really give you guys what I feel like has helped me in my career. What's helped me in my career? Chat rooms, scanners, FinViz, not really much books, visual learning, a lot of videos, YouTube, okay? All those things, I pound that through you guys' head to hopefully learn from what's worked for me. Will it work for you? Exactly. Probably not. Will it help you? I think mainly, yeah. I don't know how it would hurt you. Learning for someone who's been doing this for over 3 years, and, I've been successful at it, it's not really, I don't think it could ever hurt you. And if it does, then, I don't know. That's never my intention. It's not why I come on here for free every single day, and it's not why I have a free chat room and a free YouTube. And, truthfully, think about this. I could be cooped up all to myself, never on social media, never on TikTok, never on Instagram Live. But truthfully, the only reason why I do that, it doesn't really, I'm already at a point where I could feel like I could live my life, the rest of my life, and never have to worry about a thing. Okay, whatever. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying that's where I'm at over my career. But the reason why I come on here is because I feel like there's I knew where I was at. Again, I always go back to myself. I knew where I was at. I was in a college dorm. I was getting down, basically, okay, what have I done? I lost about half my net worth, and I was sitting there in my dorm. I was like, how have I got myself in this situation? Do I actually have a gambling problem? I was seriously thinking, I'm not going to be able to go to college. I'm not going to be able to afford my same living. Things are going to have to change in my life because of how much money I've lost. And I said, you know what? And I told my friends, my family, I said, you know what? I'm done trading. And I don't really ever do this, but, I kind of went behind their back. I kind of just kept trading on my own. And luckily I turned that around. That's when I turned that $1,000 into $1 million in 10 months in 1 week. I think I started that August 31st. It's on my YouTube. Cam the Man is my YouTube. Again, Cam the Man is my YouTube. And you can go back and look. It's kind of fun to look at. Let's go. You know what? Just for old time's sake. I never do this. Let's go back and look at that video. Those of you guys on TikTok, come join me on YouTube. Cam the Man is my YouTube. Again, Cam the Man is my YouTube. Let's go back and scroll all the way down to my dorm days, guys. This is back when I was, can I go all the way to the bottom? Let's see here. This is back. This is going to be fun. I haven't looked at this video in probably over a year. Why can't I find it? Why can't I keep scrolling all the way down? Does anybody know why I can't keep scrolling all the way down? I can only go back to 9 months. Does anybody know why? I can only scroll back to 9 months. I have no idea why that's the thing. I know I have way more videos than that. Let's go back. Okay, hold on. No. I know how to do it. Sorry. Go back to sort by date oldest. Okay, here we go. 1K. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is good. 1 subscriber, guys. Back on my stock Twitch. This is funny. Those of you guys on TikTok, you can join me on YouTube. Cam the Man is my YouTube. Again, Cam the Man is my YouTube. You can hear my cruddy old laptop like just sifting all the air, and I had 2 tiny monitors in my little 100 square foot office, which I called an office. This is when Kirkland, what's going on? What's going on, D-Nay? Good to see you on again. Those of you guys who don't know, I'm going back and reliving my first, basically, day of my $1,000 account challenge. You guys can see this, and I'm getting an echo too. Terrible stream quality, terrible just everything. You can see I'm not really doing anything on that. You can hear that echo. Back when I was using stock trade, man, that's funny. That is funny stuff. That's crazy. Live stream. Here's my stock trade. Yep, there's my stock trade account. Look at that, $1,102.51. That's so funny. Funny to look back at. But anyways, guys, yeah. So, you know, really at the end of the day, you know, it's fun to reflect on where you came from, where you were at, and where you kind of, you know, your early videos. Yeah, I was making $80 a day. Yeah, and that was way back. That was in 2017, guys. So I've documented all 3 of my challenges all on YouTube. You guys can go back and look at them. Again, Cam the Man is my YouTube. If you're interested in my free chat room, click the link in the description below. Hopefully I can figure out E-Trade Pro by Monday. I'm also going to Vegas this weekend. I'm going to Vegas this weekend because it's my buddy's wedding, and then we're flying out to Vegas, so I won't be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll have my phone, but who knows how much I'll have my phone. Again, I'm going to Vegas Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because it's my buddy's. I don't know. He's having a wedding on Sunday, and then we're going to Vegas Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So check that, or I'll be there, Vegas on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know if any of you guys live in Vegas. You know, with COVID, I don't like to do a meetup, but you know, I don't know. Just letting you guys know that I'll be in Vegas. Also, have to figure out my E-Trade Pro account. I might not be trading. I might not take the days on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to trade. I might just take those days off because honestly, I don't even know if I can trade in this account. Somebody goes, don't lie, you're going to Vegas to put 100K on black. No, if anything, I'm putting 174K on black so I can make all my loss back in one hand. No. But yeah. And then if you guys are interested in my course, again, I put this here for you guys. You guys don't have to purchase it. If you want to, you can. It's there. You know, it's over a year and a half of my life I spent on that course, going over all my strategies, my plan, my process. It's about 20 hours of content. So a lot cheaper than student loans, a lot cheaper than student debt. Also, you can check out my scanners, also my free brokerage. If you're interested in trying out a free brokerage, all you guys on here I'm sure can attest, Webull is really, really good. Also, they do pay you in free stock no matter what. It's just a matter of how much. You can get up to $1,400 in free stock just by signing up with them. They're also, I do recommend them over Robinhood. They're faster. Their platform's a lot better. Check out those links on YouTube. If you guys could please like and subscribe to the channel, click the icon to if I make new videos. Again, cheers team, and I'll see you guys next week, okay? I think it's called Stock Rap Song. Look that up, Stock Rap Song. Alright, please like and subscribe to the channel, click the icon if I make new videos. Cheers team, and go Hawks. What the heck? Which OBS am I on? Alright. Please like and subscribe to the channel, click the icon if I make new videos. Cheers team.